Okay, if you weren't on my channel when I first started live streaming, most of those live streams are gone now because there was some tomfoolery going on behind the scenes that I don't want no part of. Anyway, Madame Blue's house was in some of my early videos and readings. For books and stuff that I don't have those public anymore either, because it turned out those books were not in the public domain and I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't need any hassle. Anyway, this is Madame Blue's house, or it was. But in our current, I don't even know what you call this. You know, some of you follow my channel. I've been kind of leaking what's been going on around here, but I was basically tossed out of my home while I was on my road trip. I didn't make it to Roswell during the summer, so I went just before Thanksgiving, and then I decided to drop in on the FBI and try and ask them to look into my stalking case and some other things that I had documented myself that I was experiencing. Anyway, so how dare I do something like that? And somehow or other, while that was going on, my father was sick, and I didn't know, but my sister convinced everybody that since I was gone and my dad was sick, I must have known he was sick before he did, and therefore I deserved to be homeless because I abandoned the family, which is not what happened at all. Because, like, even if I had, you don't get to make me homeless overnight just because I'm not there. And this person's done a lot. Anyway, we're not going to go any more into that right now because I'm going to let her dig her own grave. Anyway, this is Madame Blue's house. I made this a couple of years ago. I do my art and miniatures. It's like doll therapy. See how damaged it got, though, in all this stuff? The movers were going for speed and, you know, get a lot of stuff in a box right away so that we can move it, because you're only going to get one shot. They had the police waiting for me. Can you believe it? Like I was going to do something. And they didn't want to let me in to get my stuff. They wanted only my brother to go up and just grab a few of her things and get out. She's never coming back. And this, to me, I have to say, this whole situation was quite shocking, because I figured when my dad died, I would come home and lay on my sister's big old soft chest, and we would hug, and my brother and her and I would have some moments of growth, like the moments of growth that my brother and I actually have enjoyed over the last couple of years together. Real maturity and growth. But yeah, this is Madame Blue's house. And a lot of these things, you know, people in this day and age, everybody's out to call everybody else evil and bad for a million different reasons or whatever. And a lot of people have this issues with dolls as idols. And a lot of people in the spiritual community were really down on me about that. But here's your judgments back at you for that, again, because a lot of these little dolls were my daughters. And it was something that we shared together. We made little doll clothes, and we made elaborate scenes and had fun once in a while with it, you know. And we won a contest once together, just a little internet contest, but we won a very special little doll. She's in my collection, but I don't know where right now. So, you know, I hopefully I got most of the things that mattered, but I kept just the things that I felt connected to through her. You know what I mean? Some of the special little dolls. I have her hat now, you know, and but anyway, that was anyway, so let's talk about Madame Blue. Raina had this doll from some anime series called Black Butler, and I have to admit, I only watched a few episodes of it with her, you know, just to hang out with her mostly. I don't know the whole actual story, but I was obsessed with this idea of the lost children that we were supposed to find and reunite with loved ones and all these things in this crazy place and time. And I took her little dolls. That one, I don't remember. She was just some, you know, themed doll that came out from the same line of dolls. These are special little dolls. These are both the doll model of the pull-up family of dolls. That's a whole nother thing. You'll have to figure that out yourself. But anyway, look. So let's see if the light. Oh, the light still works. I'm gonna have to do some major repairs here, but it still works. Look, so if you look one way, it kind of looks like a mirror behind them, but it's actually little people. And then I overlaid it with like an iridescent cellophane, and behind it I've got that holographic paper, and then Madame Bloo's little crystal ball here. If you turn it around, it got so jacked up in the move, but there's little, just trying to find the lost children. I don't know. These were the kinds of things that I was dreaming about and talking about and kind of writing about, trying to write about anyway, but having a little bit of trouble with because my life kept turning into chaos. So yeah, and there was I think there was a table. Oh no, I had a little pot-bellied stove there, and the lamp was on top of it, and it was all like, you know, glued into place, but it's gonna have to be redone. But isn't it a cute one? Just some of the things that we had around, you know, like little girls have little rocks in their pockets, and I have the little beach cottage that I made out of a bunch of her pocket stones and seashells and a bird frame, or a birdhouse frame, and then this little rock was one of her pocket rocks. That's one of the beads back there out of her beading kit. And what else we got down there? Some of her little crystals and trinkets. You know, they just all made it into this little display. So, oh, that's kind of stuck. Okay, calling it done, but now you've met Madame Bloo and her little broken house, and she is accompanied by, I believe the character was CL Phantom Hive, I think was the name of the boy in the anime. Weird story, but super creepy. Got demons in it and shit. But I'm not evil, so whatever. Eat a dick.